What's going on, everybody? Noah from Stage 3 Motorsports here, and today I'm going to bring you a suspension review on this Falcon 2-inch Sport Kit for the 5th Gen 4Runner. Now, real quick, before we dive into the details of this review, I just want to put a quick disclaimer out there that the 4Runner we're testing this kit on is my own 2019 4Runner. It's my daily driver, my trail rig, camping rig, kind of does it all for me. So obviously there may be a little bit of bias there because I'm going to want a suspension on this truck that I like since it's something I use every day. But with that being said, I'm still going to try and keep this as transparent and honest as possible about all the pros and the cons of this kit that I've ran into. And I've certainly had some time to put some mileage on it now, which is great. I've covered well over 10,000 miles at this point with this kit and been through Arizona, California, Colorado, where there's some really nice trails. And I've had a chance to do a lot of highway miles and off-road and a couple different terrains. So that will be a bit of a benefit to the review as well. First things first, I want to talk a little bit about the specs of this kit, how it's built out, and I'll give you an idea of the stance of this 4Runner in general, so that way you guys know what we're working with and have some perspective. But the Falcon system is designed to work both front and rear, so you're getting a new set of front struts, a new set of rear shocks, and then a 1-inch spacer in the back that's going to basically sit on top of those coil springs. And then you also get some hardware and bracketry to go with this that's going to allow you to basically just drop some brake lines or electrical connectors and things like that, so that way they don't get stretched or broken with the additional lift that you're adding to the truck. Now, to focus in the front, the Falcon shocks are a 2.25-inch body on them. It's an aluminum body, which is quite a bit larger than what you'd have with your factory 4Runner suspension, unless maybe you had a TRD Pro option truck. But for those of us that have some lower trim levels that are a little bit more bare bones, this is going to be a nice upgrade for you. With that being said, those leveled struts are going to reuse the factory front springs and the factory top hat up front, and you're basically going to have 3 little adjustments you can make when you first set up the shocks, where you'll decide where that perch is going to sit with a clip that goes on it. There's 3 different ride heights available. This kit basically goes anywhere from stock ride height to 2 inches, and in this case I set mine at the max 2 inches, and it just puts a little more tension on that spring to lift the front end up. With the front end being set at 2 inches, the thing I will clarify is that this truck does also have a little worn bumper insert with a 10,000-pound worn winch in there, so that pulled it back down. I'm sitting closer to 1.5 inches or 1.75 inches, which is plenty good for the stance that I want, and it's still very capable in this rig. But if you don't have additional weight or a larger bumper up there, you should easily be able to get the full 2 inches out of it. Now, talking in terms of the rear suspension, like I said, you're getting a spacer in back that's going to sit on top of that factory coil springs, but that little spacer is pretty easy to install. It's not too much work to get in there, and that's going to add 1 inch of lift in the rear. And then with the new rear shocks, you also are going to get a little bit better travel as well. And you'll see that the rear shocks are still 2.25 inches in diameter. It's an aluminum body just like the front, but these do have piggybacks on them, which I like because it allows a little bit more room for the oil to move out of the body. That piston can travel a little further. You're getting that additional travel that you need and just some better damping overall because you've got more fluid to move. I know the other thing that people are always asking and want to know about is what the wheel and tire combo is and how it fit with this setup. So what I'm working with is a set of 17 by 8.5 1552 analog HD wheels, and those are wrapped in 285/70/17 Falcon Wild Peak AT3s, which is just basically a 32.5 inch or 32.8 inch tire. So not quite a 33, but still a nice step up from the factory tire size on this truck. And in this case, all terrains are plenty good for what I do. I'm not typically hitting a lot of deep mud, but I do like some more aggressive technical terrain and rocky trails. And certainly with being out here in the desert, you're hitting a lot of sand and loose stuff as well, and some shale. So covers what I need. I was able to fit this wheel and tire combo without too much trouble. I did trim some plastic up on the fronts and the backs of that front fender, just where the bumper meets the inner plastic. You can kind of push it out of the way and trim some corners off and make a little bit more room. And then if you do want to run a bigger tire, a lot of people will do body mount chops on these trucks and then just weld in a little plate to cap it off. In this case, I haven't had to do that. It does rub every once in a while, but it's typically when I'm at full lock or turning pretty tightly and the truck's articulating. So usually not a big deal, and it definitely doesn't rub during daily driving scenarios. If you also didn't have the weight of a bumper and a winch on the front and you were sitting at a true 2 inches, then I don't think you'd get any rub in a setup like this, but something worth mentioning. So let's move on to the real meat of the review, which is going to be talking about the off-road ride quality and the actual performance of the suspension on the trail. And the first thing that I'll say is that this kit is actually a step up from the Bilstein 5100s that I've been running on here for a long time. We do have a separate full review on that kit if you do want to check that out. And it's a system that I really love. I think the Bilstein 5100s are about the best possible kit you can go for an entry-level suspension on your 4Runner that handles well in the dirt and is a lot safer and a lot more practical than a spacer kit. Now, with that being said, I think this Falcon system is kind of the logical next step up if you want something that performs a bit better and you're ready to handle some more technical terrain and you want a kit that's going to create some better damping properties and hold out a bit longer without fading in really aggressive off-road terrain. Talking first more in terms of slower technical trail driving, that's really where this kit thrives. It's not a Baja trailblazing, high-speed, 100-mile-an-hour type of suspension. This is really built for the guy that wants to get out, maybe hit some trails in Colorado, go over Imogene, go down Black Bear, whatever it may be, or come out here to the desert and run up and down washes, explore some back roads. This kit's gonna do it all, and I think sort of similar to the Bilstein, it can punch above its weight in a lot of ways, and it more so gives you the benefit of just having a little more lift on the vehicle to accommodate that larger tire. You're getting better mechanical traction, and then it also does quite a bit to stabilize the body roll and the additional weight on the vehicle if you have accessories. So one of the things that I've noticed with the 4Runner right off the bat when I first got it is that because it's an SUV on that stock suspension, it can be kind of wallowy and the body roll gets a little out of hand off-road. And many trucks are like this because they really have to gear it for people using it on the street and they want it to be very soft and cushy. But in the dirt, that additional firmness that a kit like this provides is pretty helpful because you can modulate your braking a lot more smoothly and the truck's weight isn't dipping and diving over rocks quite so bad. It keeps you in the seat, in control a lot better, and it's also keeping the tires planted a lot more as well, so you're not losing traction unnecessarily as the weight of the truck pulls itself around. Now, with all that being said, probably one of the biggest, most noticeable changes in jumping up to a kit like this from either stock suspension or the Bilsteins that I had on here is just how well these shocks soak up the bigger hits and even the smaller vibrations. It just really irons out the ride, and even though it is a little bit more firm, it does feel a lot more comfortable off-road, especially when you're doing really long trail runs or you're maybe hitting trails back to back to back throughout a weekend and you've got a couple buddies with you. Stuff like that can start to heat the shocks up. They start to fade over time after you've been on the trail for a couple hours and you can lose a lot of ride quality, whereas I feel like the Falcons hold out against that really well, and I am surprised how well they can soak up the bigger hits. If you maybe come over a rock a little faster than you should have, or something came up unexpected and there's some ruts in a wash that you slam into, whatever it may be, this kit does a good job of ironing it all out, and I really like the ride quality feel that it provides off-road. I think this ties in well to the next point that I wanted to talk about, and that's going to be the high-speed off-road aspect of this. And as I mentioned before, this kit isn't really designed to be high-speed in terms of bombing down Baja 1000 or trophy truck suspension. It's not going to run like a Raptor, and you certainly aren't going to be racing up King of Hammers and something like this, but it does handle itself a lot better in high-speed scenarios than a lot of entry-level kits will. And I was once again pretty impressed with just how good the shock valving and damping was when you want to bring the truck up to 45 or maybe even 50 miles an hour at some cases. It just depends on the terrain you're hitting and obviously your confidence as a driver and your confidence in the vehicle. But in some of these longer, sandier stretches where there's not a ton of ruts and the truck is able to kind of manage the amount of movement and articulation that's happening, I could cruise at 40 to 45 pretty comfortably here. Now, like I said, if you wanted, you could push it faster. I don't think that this is the kit for that. And if you are looking for something that is designed for the high-speed desert running kind of pre-runner feel, then you're probably aiming more for like a 2.5 coilover system from Icon or Fox or King or whoever. And those kits are great, but it's a little bit more pricey as well. So if you're trying to stick on the budget end of things and you aren't concerned about racing across the desert as fast as possible, then a kit like this is probably going to easily accommodate your needs. And like I said, for the stuff that I do, getting up to 45 or so is about as fast as I ever want to go. And in a 4Runner, I think it's plenty. It certainly is a big step up from what you could do in the stock suspension or on the Bilsteins that I had in here. So that's another little plus where moving up in shock size and getting a kit that's a bit more expensive and a little more refined definitely makes a difference. Another section I want to cover here on the suspension just briefly is the on-road ride quality. And there's not a ton to be said here, but with any of these leveled struts or coilover packages, you pretty much always end up with a little bit more firm ride than you'd have stock. And this is no exception. It is a bit stiffer than what the factory shocks are valved for, but it's also not a backbreaker. And I have been really pleased with the way this thing road trips. I've had no issues putting in longer 8 to 10 hour days of seat time, traveling cross country, you know, jumping up a couple states or whatever it may be. It's never been an issue, and I always daily drive this thing back and forth to work. And once again, never had any problems, no issues with the family riding in here. I think it's a very acceptable ride, and one of the things that it actually improves is the overall cornering feel and the body roll of the truck. Because the 4Runner is so soft when it comes off the lot, it's just that bare bones form, this definitely firms it up and controls the weight a lot better. And like I said earlier on in the review, if you've got a big roof rack or rooftop tent and some additional weight inside with recovery gear and camping equipment, being able to manage that body roll on the street is just as big of a benefit as it is off-road. Something to consider, but like I said, this kit should give you no worries if this is something that you need as both a trail rig on the weekends, grocery getter on weekdays, and you got to take yourself back and forth to work or get the kids from school. So one of the last things I want to cover with this suspension is talking about some of the cons and drawbacks. And I say this a lot with the higher end brands and some of the more expensive kits we have, but price can be a huge factor here. And certainly for those of you guys that are like me and you work 9 to 5 every day, you want your money to go towards something you enjoy. And it's usually a matter of looking for the best deal and kind of finding that happy medium. Now with the Falcon kit, I think you are getting really good value for your money, but it is pretty pricey and possibly a bit overpriced if you ask me. Because when you compare a system like this to something like maybe a Fox 2.0 kit, you're kind of missing a few pieces along the way. The Falcon system doesn't include a new spring or a top hat or any of that, so you're reusing factory equipment there, whereas like a Fox 2.0 is a complete coilover and you're getting new springs and a little bit more of a complete unit to start with. Now, there are some differences in specs between those two kits, and I wouldn't say they're a direct comparison across the board, but I would like to see a Falcon system like this that's in the same price point that still includes a new spring that's dialed in with the valving that Falcon's put so much time into to really refine the kit and give you more of a complete feel. One other thing that would be nice to see is the option for different types of springs, different rates. So that way, depending on the kind of load you have on your vehicle, you could dial it in for your specific build. And some suspension companies do this. Old Man Emu is one that comes to mind right off the top of my head. But if you had the ability to pick the spring you wanted with this system and get something that's dialed in for a truck that maybe has all steel bumpers and a winch and a lot more weight on it, or choose a spring that's a little less aggressive for a truck that's a bit more factory, that could be a really nice little cherry on top to get it dialed in for your specific build. Well, I think I've pretty much covered everything I can think of with this suspension, and overall, to wrap things up, this is a great kit. Like I said, this is gonna be perfect if you're somebody that uses your 4Runner as a daily driver, but you still want a capable trail rig, and you need something that's got better damping and just a little bit more beef to it than the regular factory suspension does, and it creates plenty of lift for most guys to squeeze a larger tire on here. I think a lot of folks will really like the stance and the overall look that you can get on your 4Runner with this system, and it's definitely something you should look into. And as I said before, if you do want something a bit more aggressive and you like to run fast and hard through the desert, then maybe you want to jump up to a 2.5, but for most folks, this is going to do more than enough. So with all that out of the way, if you guys are interested in picking up a Falcon suspension for your truck, we'll have some links down in the description that are going to shoot you over to our website. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.